Hello, it's Melinda from Alexis and Melinda's Art Space. What am I doing today? I'm making some ATC coins. Now, if you haven't heard of ATC coins, I hope you've heard of ATC. So ATC is Artist Trading Card, and usually they're 2.5 by 3.5 inches, and they're like a little piece of artwork. And sometimes I have a theme when you're doing a swap, so I'm doing a swap today. But these are Artist Trading coins, so instead of being a 2.5 inch by 3.5 inch rectangle, they are a 2-inch circle. So I was just die cutting some cardboard, just some recycled packaging cardboard. I think it was a taco box if I remember correctly. Doesn't really matter. So just sticking them onto some of this newsprint paper that comes around bunches of flowers, but I got a bunch of this from overseas. So I didn't need to make a set of 6 ATC coins for the swap because I have 2 swap partners and the theme is floral or flowers, floral, something like that. I did these a little while ago. So deciding to just back all of them with the newsprint, I had a fair idea of what I wanted to do. First really set of ATC coins I've made, they were loads of fun and I absolutely adored the ones that I received back. So I cannot wait until I make some more. This is part of an Australian art swap group called Australian Art Swap Group on Facebook. I'll pop the link below. So if you're an Aussie and you love doing little bits of art, you do a lot of ATCs, postcards, there's a travelling journal that goes around you can sign up to each year. I haven't done that yet, but probably a project for next year. So they do loads of stuff, and they also do some supply swaps as well. So we've done napkin swaps, we've done other swaps. So just cutting all those out. I should have cut this bit out, shouldn't I? I should have cut the cutting bit out. Sorry, in a silly mood today. It's very hot here in Australia. It's going to be like 35 today, which is ridiculous for the 1st of November. Seriously, weather, you're not even supposed to be in, it's not even summer yet, it's still spring and it's going to be like 35 degrees. That's Celsius, by the way, for my American friends. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. Bloomin' hot. Could be close to 100. Don't know. So just trimming around those with a pair of scissors. As I said, I should have cut this bit of footage out. I do have another video of showing you in a couple of days of what the swaps I got back were, which is really cool. So I just had to fix up a few of the edges, just using a normal glue stick because I wanted to put water over the top of them, or I've actually got my Daiso crayons up there, fluorescent crayons, and they're like gelato sticks, so they are water reactive, which is really cool. So I didn't want to have matte gel medium or anything on top of my paper. I wanted the paper to be raw. Then I decided to add gesso. After I say I want the paper to be raw, I decided to just tone it down a bit and add a bit of gesso so the crayons will go over the top really smoothly. So just watering it down lots. I still wanted the text in the background, but I did want to just push it into the background a bit more so the colouring and the stamping stands out. And if you've not heard of white gesso before, gesso is basically like an undercoat paint. It has a bit of tooth in it and allows other things to sit on top of your artwork and not soak in. Like I equate it to painting a house. You do an undercoat on the house and then you do an overcoat. So gesso is your undercoat, or your underpants as some people call it, which I think is really, really funny. So just using a water brush, and I'm also dipping it into a water pot. Just wanting a very thick thin coat of gesso. Gesso is very handy. You can, even this is white, you can tint it with, I could have tinted it with the fluoro marker or the fluoro crayons. You can tint it with any water soluble media. You can tint it with paint, inks. You can also get clear gesso, you can get black gesso, you can buy pre-made tinted gesso. It comes in a wide variety of things. So just drying that off with my heat tool, and unfortunately my coins wanted to fly all over the place. So just grabbing a stamp set there, indigo blue. This is one that I got on it was free on a magazine. Well, I say that, you pay about 20 bucks for the magazine, but I really like this girl with her hair. Just using a round stamping block. Usually I would use my Tim Holtz stamping platform, but for some reason it has disappeared inside my house somewhere. I do not know where it is. I've obviously put it in that safe spot and absolutely forgotten where that safe spot is. Because I try to double stamp here because I'm not getting enough pressure in the middle of the stamp to make it completely dark. And with the stamping platform, I could have stamped it 2 or 3 times, which would have been handy. But these turned out really cool anyway. Just working on some scrap paper and stamping off onto the scrap paper, and then that can be used as some background paper for another project. So using a waterproof ink, because I do want to go over it with water soluble medium. So I've doing 2 sets. So one set is the flower girl with the flowers, and then I believe I do some grass on this one. I did make these a couple of weeks ago. I unfortunately didn't take photos of these before I sent them off, which was a bit of a pain, but I had to get them in the mail rather quickly. I love that grass stamp. I love indigo blue stamps, but to get them here in Australia, they're quite expensive. So I've only got the one set. I believe they're a UK company, or from England or United Kingdom company. So these crayons here are from Daiso, which is a Japanese, well, it's a Japanese dollar store, but here in Australia everything's $2.80 without exchange rate and GST. But they're really cool. They come in a pack of, I believe, 5 or 6. And they act very similar to gelatos. I did start putting them on the acrylic block, but it wasn't giving me enough colour, so I do go and scribble on top of completely on top of the stamped image. That's why you want to use a waterproof ink, because otherwise when I hit it with the water, the ink would smudge, and that would not be ideal. So just wanting to give them colour in the background. As they were my first ATCs, I really didn't know how elaborate they had to be. I think they turned out rather cute. As you can see, the ones I got back from my partners are so different. And I'm sure if I did 100 swaps on the flower theme, we'd all make different ones as well. So just adding more and more colour until I'm quite happy. I do love that purple. The purple's really, really nice. Excuse me. My throat is going a bit froggy today. It's probably because I'm doing too many voiceovers in a row. And my voice has decided that it doesn't want to work anymore. So just drying those off, because I do want to add some clear embossing powder over the top. But before I do that, I decided my coins need a bit of definition around the edge, so I just grabbed an alcohol marker. This is just one I got sent free with something I purchased from overseas, and just running around the edge. I love this alcohol marker. I don't have a lot of alcohol markers. I have probably a 12 set plus this one, just from Aldi, just to fool around with. I don't do the alcoholic full-on colouring. I just don't have the eyesight for it or the patience. So again, my coins wanted to run everywhere with the heat tool. So I wanted to give my coins a bit of a shiny look, so I decided to grab out my clear embossing powder and give them a couple of coats on top. So I've just got a clear ink pad, even though my ink pad doesn't look clear anymore. It's looking pretty grungy actually. So this container of white powder looks a wee bit suspicious, but it is embossing powder. And I love keeping it in the container because I just love to spoon over the top of it. And what I decided to do was put my sticky tape, or a roll of sticky tape, around to stop it from floating away, but that didn't work so well. They tend to get heavier with the embossing powder, so it worked quite well. And if you want multiple layers while the embossing powder is still hot, you can flick some more embossing powder on it. Now I don't make you watch the entire lot of the sticks getting heat embossed, because it is a very repetitive process. Basically just building up the layer. It did change the colours a bit in the background, but I do love the result, and they're nice and shiny, so they actually look like pirate coins or pirate's gold, which is sort of the look I was going for. So I do go off camera and heat emboss the rest of those, and then I believe I do have a short video of showing you the end result. Have you made out of trading coins? have you made out of trading cards? Let me know below. I like the coins, they're round and there's something different. I struggle with small things. I think I try to cram too much on it, but these ones I went really simple. But I still like the effect. See if my voice will last the video. Here we go, just a close-up of all the ones. I love the shine on them. The shine is not completely flat. Sometimes it's bumpy in areas, which just adds to the handmade effect of them. So to finish them off, I'm just going to put my details on the back, and then I'll send them off in the post, and they'll arrive at their new owners. Not sure what I'm going to do with mine that I received back, whether I just put them in an ATC folder and just admire them, or whether I incorporate them into my art. We'll have to wait and see. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, hit like, and leave us a comment if you want to. If not, I'll catch you in the next video before my voice totally goes. Bye for now.